Oh yeah, okay, I remember this fountain. So a client contacted us and see this little area right here. They had a plant that died and they were having an event in their backyard, so they wanted something in this space. So they said, could we do a cheap water feature, like really inexpensive? So we did this one just bare bones, as cheap as possible for the client.
So what materials did you mostly use in the water feature?
So it was great actually. The client supplied a lot of the materials, which brought their cost down. So we tried to use what they had. You can see right here, we're leveling out the ground because you want any overspray of water to drain back into the little pot there in the middle. So the client had the rocks and the pavers you see on the side. And then, so we supplied the pump, and you'll see later there's lights and the actual, the vase that sits on top that the water actually flows out of. So those were the things that we supplied.
So what is he doing right here? Because it looks interesting, his method that he's doing. Can you explain more?
So this is still just him trying to kind of get everything leveled out. And then you'll see he is trying to get the pump set in the right place. And then just doing, we actually used an old, like a blow up pool liner. Again, we're trying to save cost on this for the client. We use that as the liner for the water feature. That was also something they wanted us to try to use, that little white grate that they had. And then you can see here is the pot, the ceramic pot on the top that we supplied. And I believe the pot was about $20. The pump inside, I think was, I believe, $50. And then the lights were somewhere around $30 to $40.
So I could see in the video that he's using like this grate, like this thing to hold the pot on. Why is he doing that? Is there some special reason?
So that's because when he gets done here, you're gonna see that little rocks are gonna go on top of that grate, but that's gonna hold the weight of the pot so that it doesn't go into the water reservoir down below it.
Alright, that makes very much sense.
So you can see aesthetically, he's just using some of those bigger rocks. Oh, there we go. Now the water is coming out, so he knows the pump's working. And then he's gonna later trim down that PVC pipe.
So why would he trim it down? What kind of go is he going for? Like what kind of look? What kind of style?
So the clients just wanted like a kind of like a bubbler. So they didn't want like a bunch of water spraying out. You can see there's some electrical in the background. So they didn't want water constantly spraying back there. So once he trims that down, then water will just bubble out of it, and it's got a really pretty sound, and it just kind of adds some nice ambiance to that area.
Lovely. So I could see that he's using another pipe. What he's doing right here? What is he using the pipe for?
So he found that grate that the client had supplied for us, the white one, wasn't quite strong enough to support the weight of the ceramic pot on the top. Luckily, he was able to look around the yard and he found that pipe, and that seemed to work then to be able to support the weight.
Okay. So now you can see that he's putting in the rocks. Why is he doing this? Is it just for aesthetics, or is there some actual reason behind it?
So part of it is that, you know, the heavier rocks are going to weigh down that piece that he put down to waterproof it a little bit. And then the smaller rocks help with the aesthetics, and it covers up the white grate that we used as well. So he's just going to try to arrange the best he can to cover all the materials underneath. He's kind of placing some in to hide some of the materials.
Okay, now, is there anything else that he would be doing with the rocks, or is he just going to be putting in the rocks for this for that? Anything else? Why he might be putting in the rocks? What is he doing with the plank here? Like that concrete plank. What is he doing there with it?
So that's going to hide some of the electrical underneath it. You can see right there some of the wires are running underneath it. And then I believe that the clients considered putting a potted plant over there in the corner on that smaller square paver. And again, that's going to kind of absorb any overspray of water, and it also helps hide the electrical, and it'll protect it a little bit from any water that's splashed over there.
Lovely. So that sounds very smart and actually very resourceful. So what I can see right now is that he's just gonna fill in the rest of the rocks. Is there anything else you could tell us about the fountain and the rocks?
Like I said, we got lucky because the clients already had these rocks in another location in their yard, so we actually just moved them from where the clients had them so that we could use them for this fountain and save the cost for them. Normally we would show clients a variety of rocks that would be available that we could pick up and use in their feature. So usually clients would have a selection to choose from, but in this case this was just a budget friendly one. So we cut costs wherever we could, and the client was really happy, especially since this was done on very short notice. They called us, and like I said, they were having an event in their backyard, and they just wanted to spruce up this area because unfortunately the plant had died right there. And so we just did this as quickly as we could, tried to save cost. And you can see he's trying to level out. Once you get it, he cut the PVC pipe so that, just like I said before, it's just bubbling over, and there he is checking it with the level. And he wants the back of it to be just a little bit higher than the front, and that way you'll kind of see the bubbling action a little bit more towards the front, and also that way it doesn't bubble over in the back where the electrical is. So now he's just trying to kind of spray everything down, get any dirt that's splashed on that wall, and then so he had to unplug it for that reason, and now it's plugged back in. He's filling it up again, just trying to wash everything down, make
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mahalo. Bye.